Hey guys, in this session we are going to simulate a test case to understand and analyze the execution plan in a better way. Okay, so we are going to execute multiple queries and multiple execution plans, and we are going to interpret and read the execution plan, and whatever concepts that I missed, I will also cover those concepts. So the goal of this session is to make the students to understand execution plan in a better way. Okay, so we already know how to interpret and read the execution plan with the top down and right left rule, and also we seen the tree method to understand the execution in a better way. Okay, so now let us just create some sample tables and insert some data. So we are just going to create some index. Insert some sample records. Okay, so what I will do is, let me drop these tables. So we have to drop these constraints because already these tables are existing, so we need to drop the table as well to make the test case clear. Okay, now let us create all these tables and create the indexes. Insert some sample data. Now we are going to execute multiple queries with execution plan and understand or read all those execution plan and understand them. Okay, let me open a notepad and copy all these execution plan information. Okay, so here I just wanted to explain this asterisk symbol which is there in the ID column. Okay, what does this asterisk symbol mean? So if you see, only the symbol is printed on step 5, 7 and 8. Okay, so why not other steps? Because wherever you are seeing this asterisk symbol, those plan steps are going through some filter or access operation. That is the meaning. either filter or access. So what is filter? Filter means filtering the data, that's it. So if there are 1000 rows, if I just want to fetch only 100 rows, right, I need to filter out from the 1000 rows and I need to remove or eliminate all the 900 rows, right? I just need only the 100 rows. So that's what filtering is. I scan the whole data or partial data, so out of those data I just need the requested rows by filtering out. So if you take a real-time example, if you check a dictionary and check the meaning of filter, that is the meaning, right? So if you are filtering water, okay, so there is a water filter, so we need to filter out all the unwanted toxics from the water. So what we do, we are just filtering it, right? So likewise, we don't want all these unwanted rows, so we are filtering out only the requested rows. So that is the filter operation. And what is meant by access? Access means it is a direct index access, which means optimizer will scan all the rows from the index itself, okay, and few of the data which are not in the index will further go through table access by index row ID step. So here if you see step 5, 7 and 8, all these steps are having index scans. Here it is index unique scan, here it is index range scan, here it is again index range scan. So all these operations go through some access, so that is why we are getting this star. If you see the remaining steps, it is table access by row ID, so we don't have star. Wherever you are seeing table access by row ID, or wherever there is nested loop, we don't have star. Okay, so this is just for understanding where the filter and access happens. Okay, so if you want to understand the filter and access in a faster way, you can directly check all these stars, or if you can directly go and check the predicate section. Even in predicate section, you got only 5, 7 and 8 wherever you are having the star. Okay, so now let us just read this execution plan. Okay, we can either use top down right left approach, or we can generate a tree. So if you want to generate a tree, what we can do, so let me just change the format. So first comes the select statement. We can exclude this is not required. So next comes the nested loop. Okay, another nested loop. So as per the execution order, not the execution order, as per the execution plan step, this nested loop comes first, this nested loop comes next, then another nested loop comes third, and followed by table access by index row ID, and then index unique scan, followed by table access by index row ID bashed, and then followed by the index range scan, followed by again index range scan, and then table access by index row ID. Okay, so now we copy and pasted all the steps in the execution plan as part of this tree. Now we need to check the parent child, right? So what is the first or the innermost step in this execution plan? So if you take top down and right left approach, you can check the indentation. So which is the innermost step in this execution plan? This step 5 and step 7, right? Because these two steps are having the most number of spaces. Okay, so if you take top down approach, first this index unique scan will be executed, then after that this index range scan will be executed, right? So here you need to check the parent of these two steps. Who is the parent? So if you see again, there are two steps which are equal to each other, right? So we are having table access by index row ID and table access by index row ID batched, right? So let us just write the numbers, which is the first step which will be executed. So here the innermost step is 5 and that is the top one, so step 5 will be executed first. So next check which is the as per the top down approach, which is the step that will be executed, index range scan, which is 7. So top down approach, first 5 then followed by 7, right? So after that, which is the step? Next we need to check the table access by index row ID step. 4 is the third step and 6 is the fourth step, because both are on the same indentation line, but if you go through the top down approach, then this step will execute first and followed by step 6. Okay, so after that, after step 6, which step will be executed? Which is the next innermost step? It is index range scan and this nested loop. So both are in the same line. First nested loop will be executed, step 3 will be next, and then followed by index range scan 8. Okay, so all these table access by index row index scans will be giving, or it will be looping all the rows as part of this nested loop. So nested loop is a loop with multiple loops. So that's what the meaning of it. Okay, so now after the nested loop, index range scan. After the index range scan, who is the parent of this index range scan? Again this another nested loop, right? But if you see, this nested loop is also straight to the table access by index row ID step 9, but nested loop is the top one, so next step will be 2 and the bottom one is 9, which is table access by index row ID. So after the nested loop, again there will be a table access by index row ID. So after table access by index row ID, who is the parent of 9? This nested loop. So step 1 will be the last one. Okay, so this is the order of execution for this particular execution plan. So we can also plot this in the X plan tree. How? By checking the parent and the child, right? So this is the innermost one. Okay, so who is the parent of this index range scan and this index unique scan? So for this index unique scan, table access by index row ID is the parent, and for this index range scan, this particular table access by index row ID bashed is the parent. So let us just arrange this X plan tree in such a way that we can easily understand the order of execution for the execution plan. Okay, so the top down and right left rule is completely different whenever we are using the tree format. Okay, so we need to focus totally on the parent child relationship rather than focusing on the indentation. Okay, so first we need to arrange this tree as per the parent and child. Okay, so we need to check the spaces. Okay, first we need to check the child of nested loops. Okay, what is the child of this nested loop? Step 1. You can see this is the only step that you can see, which is the innermost step, which means you need to just check one space below this. That's it. You should not check the remaining spaces. If there are 2 spaces, you can ignore this. So under this nested loop we have only one step with one space. If you see, even for this step you have 2 spaces. Okay, so we just need to carefully check the space, how much space you are having. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So for this step 9 we have 3 spaces. For step 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we can use a space bar with the cursor to understand how many spaces are there with the right arrow key. So which means this step 1 nested loop has 2 children. This step 2 nested loop and step 9 table access by index row ID. So what you need to do is you need to arrange only the child. So now this table access by index row ID will come under this nested loop because these 2 are the children, right? So the next one is step 2. So under step 2, who are the children? Step 3 is the children, right? So we have 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Under this nested loop we have only one space, so that is the only children. Okay, so we don't see any other steps where we are having one step. So here we are having 2 steps or 2 spaces, and here from this line, so you need to consider from this line. So we can also draw a straight line and just check it out. Okay, so that we can carefully review the spaces. Here we have 2 steps, and the next one, here we have 3 steps. Here also we have 2 steps. Here we have 3 steps, and here we have 1 step. So which means this nested loop step 2 is also having 2 children, step 3 and step 8. Okay, so now you will be able to understand the format correctly, right? So what we need to do, step 8 also should come under this nested loop because this step 2 has 2 children. Next, come down the execution plan tree. Let us come to step 4. So who are the children for step 4? Step 4 is having only children, index unique scan. So what we need to do, just take this step 4, and already index unique scan is under step 4. What is the next one? Index unique scan is the step 5. So index unique scan does not have any child. So this is the innermost child. And coming to step 6, step 6 has 1 children, which is index range scan. It does not have any other children. So step 6, where it should be, who is the parent of step 6? This particular nested loop 3, right? So nested loop 3 is the parent of both these table access by index row ID because only one space is there below this line. So what we need to do, this table access by index row ID will come under step 3 because step 3 has 2 children, and you can also call these step 5 and 7 as sub children. Okay, it is the children of step 5 is the children of step 4, and step 7 is the children of step 6, or you can also call it the alternative way. Step 6 is the parent of step 7, step 4 is the parent of step 5. Okay, so this is the proper format. So now we have formatted the execution plan tree in a proper order. Okay, so now This is completely the opposite of whatever we used to interpret in the top down right left rule. So top down right left rule is pretty straightforward. We are not drawing any graphs to understand the order, but here in the explained tree, what we need to do, we need to check the deepest child. Always remember that, deepest or the lowest child. Okay, here whoever is residing on the lowest will come first. Okay, and leftmost, whoever is staying on the leftmost will come first. So this is the rule. Okay, so just for your understanding purpose, I am again explaining you with multiple different execution plans so that you will easily understand it. So now let us see the deepest child, which is the lowermost and leftmost. Who is the lowermost and leftmost? If you come down the tree, index unique scan is the lowermost and leftmost, which is 5. Okay, so next again it will go up, but this step will not be executed because this is upper step. So we need to check the next lowest and leftmost. Who is the next lowest and leftmost? It will come down here. Okay, so you need to check the leftmost from the top of the tree, not the bottom of the tree. So if you see here, we are coming up and we are coming to the right side. So this step is on the right side of index unique scan, but we should not look like that. We should see the next leftmost and lowermost from the top tree. Who is the next left and lowermost step, which is index range scan, which is 7. Okay, so now these two steps are already written, so we can strike them out. Then it has to come up. Okay, now you see the left and lowermost step from the top of the tree. Who is the left and lowermost from the top of the tree? Table accessed by index row ID, which is step 4. Okay, next again it has to go up to the nested loop, but nested loop will not be printed. Why? Because you need to check the next lower and leftmost. Who is the lower and leftmost? Table accessed by index row ID bashed. So you need to mark 6 and strike this out. Then it will go up. Now who is the left and lowermost? Nested loop. 3. Then strike it out. Next, who is the left and lowermost? It will go up. Okay. And now the lowermost. You need to check the lowermost as well. Not only the leftmost, but lowermost as well. This is the left and lowermost, which is 8. Now again it has to come up. Just strike this out. Now who is the left and lowermost? Now both are on the same line, this nested loop and the table accessed by index row ID. But who is on the left side? Nested loop. So you need to write 2. Okay, now strike this out. Now who is the lowermost? Now this step is on the right side, but still you need to check give preference to the lowermost step, which is 9. Okay, first you need to check the leftmost. So if there is no leftmost, then you need to check the lower. Then after 9, who is the lowermost? Nested loop. So 1. Okay, so now if you see, both these methods are giving us the same results, right? So whichever method that is convenient to you, you can use them to check the order of execution. Let us now execute the next query. Now just copy paste this query. Now let me also write the order of execution below. 5, 7, 4, 6, 3, 8, 2 9 1. So here we can also use the top down and right left rule. So which is the innermost as per the indentation? This index range scan. So step 6 comes first. Okay, so there is no step equal to index range scan. So which is the next innermost? Table access by index row ID, step 5 and step 8. So here what is the topmost, which is 5, and then which is the bottom, which is 8. Then followed by the next indentation, table access by index row ID 6 and 4. So topmost 4 will be executed, table access full, then followed by table access by index row ID. Okay, so let me just go back. So there is a space, so we need to check the 8, step 8 and okay 6 5 8. So these 3 steps are already marked. Then after that step 4 is also on the same line, right? So we missed step 4. So what we need to do is we need to remove this. Here step 4 comes first, then followed by 5 and then followed by 8. So after that what is the innermost? Step 7 and step 3. So here step 3 comes first and step 7 comes next. After that step 2, then followed by step 1. So this is the order of execution. So if you plot a tree, so let me just plot another tree. So we need to copy paste on all these steps. First is the sort order by, followed by nested loop outer, followed by nested loops, followed by table access full, followed by table access by index row ID bashed, followed by index range scan, followed by table access by index row ID bashed, followed by index range scan. So here we are having only 8 steps. Okay, now we are going to order these plan steps with the help of tree. Okay, so now we have to check the parent child. Sort order by is the parent, and who is the child? Nested loop outer. So we have only one child for sort order by, then followed by nested loop outer. Who is the child for nested loop outer? Step 3 and step 7. So step 3 and step 7 comes under nested loop outer. Okay, Then who's the child for nested loops? There are two children, table access full and table access by index row ID bashed. And also we have index range scan. So step 3 has 3 childs. So you can table access full, table access by index row ID and index range scan. So it is correct. Okay. So next, this table access by index row ID is having a children index range scan, which is 5 is the parent of 6. So which means we need to bring the 5 here. Okay, we also have 8th step. So step 8 will come here. So step 8 is the children of nested loop 3. 3 has 3 children, table access full and table access by index row ID, and also step 8. Step 6 is the child of table access by index row ID bashed. Okay. And okay, so there is some mistake. 4, 5 and 8 are the children of 3. 4, 5 and 8 should be the children of 3. So 8 should come here. And this index range scan is the children of 5. That's correct. Okay. So now let us just sort it over the left and lowermost. Who is the deepermost child? Index range scan 6, and then just go up the tree. Okay. So okay, so this index range scan, table access full, and okay, this should come here. So we need to check the first child. Table access by index row ID bashed and index range scan. Okay, these 3 are the children. So 4, 5 and 8. Okay, so now if we go to the left and lowermost, who is the left and lowermost? Index range scan, which is 6. Okay, and then who is the left and lowermost? Table access full, which is 4. Okay, so then who is the left and lowermost? So it will come up, and again step 5 will be executed. Okay, next who is the left and lowermost? Step 8. After that you can strike all these out, because we already written all these orders. Okay, it will go up. So who is the left and lowermost? Nested loop, which is 3. Strike this out. Next, who is the lowermost? We don't see the left. This is the lowermost, which is 7. Strike this out. Now lowermost is 2 followed by 1. Okay, so now you can see that the same order is followed. Okay, so whenever you are drawing this tree, always make sure that you are drawing as per the order of children. So who is the children, first children of nested loop 3? 4 is the first children, so you need to draw this 4 table access full on the left and lowermost side. Okay, who is the next children of 3? table access by index row id bashed. So you need to plot the next child, and then the third child is index range scan. So we need to plot it on the right side. Further, for this table access by index row id, we have another children or sub children which is index range scan. So that will come down. So then only we will be easily able to sort the order of execution, right? So the rule is left or lowermost. Okay, so if you are not able to see any children on the left side, then you need to focus on the lower or the deeper child. Okay, so I have just given the method to analyze the execution plan. Okay, so there are still lot of test cases that can be used to check the execution plan order. Okay, so I will give this as an assignment. Okay, so you can just try analyzing and checking the order of execution for all these execution plans. Okay, so you can just write it down. Just generate the plan and then write the order of execution. Okay.